Hi,
Hey!
he's David.
And he's Doug.
He's a Cloverfield monster.
And he hates shaky cam.
And together we are
2D.
We've just been to see 10 Cloverfield Lane. So what did we think about it? Well, Liam, I think as usual you should start with the positives.
Positives. This film has been advertised as a kind of thriller. And, well, it was. What I mean to say is that I'm not disappointed because sometimes films go, it's a thriller, and then you go and you're like, this is trash. But I went to this one and it was like, there were like plot twists at the right time and stuff like that. Like, the thriller aspect of it worked for me. It was nice and kept me on edge at points.
Yeah.
And it had points where it would make you feel really calm, and then it would just go, and you're like, oh, I'm feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna start my positives off with something I've not heard any of the other reviews mention on this, and that is the godlike score for this. Not since Sicario have I been so unnerved and unsettled by the music for a film. In fact, there is a sequence towards the start that is very reminiscent of The Shining. You know, how that opens, and it's all to do with the music. And, like, you know, in the meat of the film, like, the music just comes in and out, and it's all creepy, and
it definitely hits you at the start.
Yeah.
But we'll go more into that in spoilers. Yeah, but
definitely.
Sound is used well.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Liam, you got anything else?
The tight spaces, I reckon they made use of them quite well. Like, wide camera angles and stuff to get the whole rooms and stuff, and it just showed you how little living space they had.
Yeah, you know, that's something I never really noticed. Like, the cinematography in this is gorgeous, but I never noticed, as you said, the use of unusually wide angles.
And also small spaces.
Yeah. Like small spaces, that's again small spaces. This if you're looking for anything to compare it to, I would say The Shining, just that like confined space, middle of nowhere, like nowhere to run kind of thing.
Yeah.
Vibe. And the creepy music.
And the colours were actually nice.
Yes.
It was a nice array of colours.
Yeah, it didn't dull out its colour palette at all.
It didn't go grey and dingy. Or
anything. Like, the start of it is a little bit washed out, but it actually gets with colours, nice and natural during the middle of the film, which is really nice, I think.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you can't go this far in without mentioning the performances in this, which are great.
Yeah.
John Goodman as Howard, who is a creeper, is great. John Goodman is a fantastic creeper. She's got like the lady who plays Michelle. I can't remember her name. She's got one of those 3-name ones. She's really good. I can't remember her name. And again, I can't remember the name of the other guy. I'm terrible. I'm terrible with this.
We just remember one of them was called Howard.
Yeah, we kind of remember their performances, but performances better than who played them. Which, to be fair, is kind of the mark of a good actor. But yeah, they all did their roles brilliantly. In fact, the lady playing Michelle completely sold it.
Yeah.
It's like you felt for her during that. It's really good.
There are many times when I was like, I'm so glad I'm not you right now.
Ugh, yeah. And so, yeah. That takes us on to
the negative arenas.
Yes. Which means I get to take over. And my negative with this one is very subjective. This film throws a massive twist at you at the end. Like, mother of all twists at you. And, like, honestly, to say that there is a twist at all is perhaps spoilers. But it does throw a huge twist at you, and depending on how you react to that, will change how you come out of the film feeling.
Yeah, you'll either walk out thinking, wow, that was great, or you'll walk out like, eh.
Yeah, it will either make you feel somewhat disappointed, or you're gonna love it. I can't imagine anybody is gonna feel like about it.
I mean, personally, I liked it. So.
Yeah, I mean, we both enjoyed the twist, but there are people out there that it's going to alienate.
One thing that I wasn't too fond of, but it could just be me, was they used a lot of background blurring to foreground blurring, and it just, like, back and forth, background, foreground, and it made, like, I think it was their attempt to make it feel kind of claustrophobic, kind of tight, but to me it was just like, what? Let me see. Do it in the background once or twice, but come on, don't do it all the time.
I quite like that. I never noticed that it did that too much. Like the times it did do it, it was like a nice sort of way to set the scene for me. I quite liked that.
Yeah, I just wasn't a fan of it. It was just, I don't know what it was. I think it was because my eyes were just like, yeah.
At this point, we are talking about some very subjective negatives here. The fact that we're going into such like nitpicky stuff at all about negatives is
negatives.
Yeah, like that should tell you something. There's very, very little wrong with this movie at all.
Yeah, like I don't have any negatives for the story or anything. Like it was good.
But before we move on to the
spoilerinos
and the verdict, of course, I must say. Big warning people, never trust anybody who has a vat of acid.
Yeah, if somebody pulls a vat of acid, you leave.
Anybody who owns acid is just bad news,
especially a vat, like if a whole vat.
Just acid, bad news. And that takes us on to the verdict. Now, Liam, want to start off?
Well, it's for people who think it might be like the first Cloverfield, it really isn't. Like,
oh god, we need to talk about that before we do the verdict. Yes,
we do.
This is nothing to do with Cloverfield.
It's like a spiritual successor, as they put it.
It's not. I don't think it's even that. From what I understand, it was actually a completely separate script. But it just ended up in front of J.J. Abrams who thought, hey, if we put the Cloverfield stamp on that, people will see it. And in fairness, he was right, but this has nothing to do with Cloverfield. I'm not even sure it takes place in the same universe. It's like, just see it as like 10 Horror Lane, or just 10 Michael Lane. Just take the Cloverfield out of it.
I mean... Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
It has nothing to do... this is nothing like Cloverfield.
Except... Oh, God. Yeah, okay, cool.
So yeah, that's just a warning, basically.
I mean, it's not to say it's just, like, if you liked Cloverfield, you'll like this film. If you didn't like Cloverfield, you'll probably still like this film, basically.
That's a fair point. It's not found footage.
It's not found footage, yeah. For those who hate it.
You were saying how amazing this film was and how everybody should go see it.
Putting words into my mouth. No, you're not. Apparently you're not. I can't.
Well, the film is amazing and you should go see it. I give it 1.
This film was pretty good. It was pretty thrillerish and...
Thrillerish?
Thriller.
Thriller.
I can't say... Yeah, I can't pronounce F. No, I can't pronounce TH all that well.
Well, you can't say fairer than that now, can you?
Yeah, I'll just go, go see it. 1. I can't think. My head broke. Go see this film. It's pretty good if you like a thriller. Thriller.
Thriller.
Thriller.
Dun 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 dun. We just did that.
Okay, so go see this film in the cinema. It's good.
And you know what I think that leads us on to very nicely? I think that leads us on to The spoilers. Spoilers.
Spoilers! Spoilers!
Spoilers.
Spoilers! Yeah!
It doesn't. It feels wrong to be all like small about the spoilers.
Yeah, it's spoilers. You've been warned.
It feels wrong being quiet about that. Okay. Should we go with the super spoiler?
We should say that. I wanted to say the amount of acid.
Yeah, let's talk about that first.
Like the creeper dude just casually goes, "There's a vat of acid," and it's just like, oh jeez.
Yeah, like from that moment, like from that moment, you know without a shadow of a doubt that shit is about to go south, like fast.
It was just kind of okay. I can kind of understand why you'd have it. I mean, get rí of waste and stuff, but here's a
why
shoot
would you
for that.
ever have a vat of acid? Why would you need a barrel of acid?
Okay, let's say that in there for 2 years. One of them
What
dies.
would you need that much acid for?
If someone dies.
Other than dissolving a body.
Okay, I think that's the point. Yeah, he has a vat of acid, and he may or may not dissolve a human for banter.
It's
for
not
lols.
exactly for banter.
No, it is. It's for lols.
It's
Just like, oh, I've always wanted to try this.
Oh yeah, John Goodman in this is fantastic. Also, John Goodman butt wiggle. That's great. There's a bit where he's just playing music on this big old jukebox. You just see him waving his ass around. It's pretty funny.
Ooh, and there's parts in this where like they'll be having a casual conversation, and then it'll just be like bang, and like something will happen that will just change the whole like feeling. Like at the start, when she's driving, she gets hit by a car and there's loads of noise, and it goes silent for a moment as it shows like credit-y things. And I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, the title sequence in this was very good. It was just like massive car crash and silence of like 10 Cloverfield Lane.
It was just good. I liked
It
it.
was so good. And it was like there was hardly any dialogue in the start at all.
Yeah, it took a while for him to talk, which
Yeah.
isn't bad.
Like the main character doesn't speak until at least 10 minutes into the film. Also, Bradley Cooper is in this film as a disembodied voice, making Bradley Cooper #1 choice for best disembodied voice in a film 2016.
Bradley Cooper, the guy that's her friend.
Yes,
Disembodied.
Yeah, disembodied. He's a voice through the phone. That's all he is.
Oh,
in this
okay. I thought you were on about her friend that gets disembodied.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
just
no,
like,
no,
is this
no,
some really
that's
smart
someone
friend
else.
that you haven't noticed? Yeah,
No.
there's like a dude who speaks for like 2 seconds. Who's Bradley Cooper?
Yeah, but Bradley Cooper's in this movie for all of 30 seconds or something. Or at
Also,
least his voice is.
If Howard wasn't a creeper, this would have gone a lot better for them. Like if he wasn't so
Creepy.
if he wasn't playing World of Warcraft for most of his life, he would have been.
Oh!
I feel like I should take that back. I might have been a bit far.
Walk it back, Liam. Walk it back.
If he wasn't such, I don't know what it is. It's just
A creeper?
if he explained everything better. If he wasn't so creeperish about it, I think this could have gone down better. Like if he had explained more rather than just going, stuff happened up there. You're here now. Rather than if he, yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're going with that. At which point, I'm going to point out a specific spoiler here about the very moment where we find out exactly what's up with this guy. There's a bit with Emmett, who is the third person in the bunker, who's again
Emmett,
played with somebody.
Howard.
Yeah, and played with somebody with the third in their name. Can't quite remember it yet. Remember their name, but he's a pretty cool dude. He's a bit, I wouldn't say simple, but he's definitely quite light, easygoing compared to the rest of the film.
Would have a few birds on the weekend. She was not squirrels. I'm stereotyping Americans again.
Yeah,
Carry on.
you terrible person. But as I say, and And Emmett obviously knows the creeper from before everything went to hell. And say John Goodman's character Howard has this fixation with what we assume is his daughter, but then it's later revealed that Howard abducted the daughter or the sister of Emmett, and then everything just goes south from there.
We knew her from school. They weren't related or anything. Yeah. But still, that's still messed up. It means even before all this went down, Creeper was doing Creeper stuff.
Yeah, he was just being
he was already quite...
He was a terrible person.
Yeah.
It's like, stop.
Yeah. And there was scratched help in the glass and stuff.
Yeah,
And
it's really traumatic. It's there's some traumatic things happening outside.
Yeah.
And all throughout the film, you're never quite sure what manner of horror has been unleashed outside. But there's also clear evidence of something quite horrible having happened inside.
Yeah, he's definitely done some bad things in the past.
Yeah.
Ooh, and there's a bit where she's in a vent and a knife comes through and it almost pops her in the head and you just are like, no, no, thank you.
Yeah, that happens towards the end of the film and is really tense.
After he's kind of been pushed over into the acid and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm a creeper with acid face. Plot twist?
And I'm actually thinking that's too spoilery for spoilers.
We are in the spoiler section and we need to let them know why they might not like the ending or will like the ending.
Okay, I think we need a new rule.
What rule?
We need super spoilers.
Okay, we're going to enter the super spoilers. If you really don't want the ending of this film ruined, leave now.
We need, spoiler hats. Like super spoiler hats. Like helmets.
Like and subscribe and stuff, but, super spoilers.
Super spoilers. Like super duper uber spoilers.
Okay.
Do you want to take this one, though? I feel like we're in uncharted territory here.
You do it.
Okay.
You can man this. Just get what you want to say out. Let the inner screams.
And then suddenly aliens.
Throughout the film, the idea is something on top side, poisonous gases. You assume it's army, and he mentions that it's probably either enemies or just toxic
Russia
warfare,
or...
He mentions aliens.
He mentions Martians, but you think he's crazy at this point.
Yeah, you assume he's crazy. And then they go outside, and it's oh wow, she made it outside. There's birds flying. It can't be all toxic. And then there's a thing in the sky.
And then there's a huge penis alien.
Yeah, there's a penis dog. And it's... Oh wait, is that what you're on about?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
This basically a spaceship flies over.
You mean there was more than one penis alien?
I don't know, the Kraken flies over. Drops a penis alien. Oh god, and it almost gets her when she gets in the car and it's just yeah! It was basically like a big hound, but it's got it's a penis.
With lots and lots of teeth.
And it wants to eat her.
Yes.
And then she gets picked up by the Kraken.
By Space Kraken. Not the actual Kraken, we're talking big alien flying thing abducts her and then she MacGyvers herself Molotov cocktail and saves herself and it's really cool and it's
And then after she survives that, she drives to the city and it ends. But I know you're thinking, God, that plot twist must be terrible. But I think it worked.
Yeah, it sounds...
What the film did.
Yeah,
it worked.
It sounds horrible when we're describing it to you in a vacuum.
Yeah.
And then suddenly there was aliens. sounds like how a 5-year-old would end a story. And then suddenly there were aliens, the aliens attacked.
It's also the fact that it sounded like helicopters.
Yeah.
But it was not helicopters, and you're just oh, it is aliens. Oh, wow.
But, throughout the film, Howard actually mentions aliens multiple times. He
at least
casually, he casually mentions them when he's talking about possible things that could have attacked. When he's on about
even Emmett mentions it.
Yeah, Emmett mentions it once I think. later on they're talking about, like, I can hear helicopter. He's like, that doesn't sound like any helicopter I know. And, like, the idea is he worked in the Navy, so he would know what helicopters sound like.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's one hell of a reveal.
Yeah, like, it's like right towards the end of the film as well,
Yeah.
so it could have just easily ended with, oh, Topside's actually not bad. Like, it could have been that way, but
Yeah. And it even tricked you with that, because, like, we find out the Topside is not toxic at all.
like, she
And
sees
so
the
you're
birds
like,
fly over.
how did
picks up
how
the
did they
mask.
all how did they all die? Because
Like-
at this point she's gotten, like, super chemical gear.
Like, there was a part where a lady had, like, a face melting and stuff. She came to the door of the place, and it was just like, something bad has happened outside, so how is she okay now on Topside and things?
But, like, at this point, I don't know if you were on it, but at this point I was like, oh, so John Goodman actually ran her off the road and then went outside, acid-faced the lady, and then came back inside to stage the whole thing as an excuse to have
I
them
thought-
underground the bunker with him.
He acid trapped. No, I think he acid his pigs,
Yeah.
and then he set up traps, so it looked like anyone that did come. That's what I assumed.
Yeah, like, at this point, both of us were like,
we were just like, he's done something here.
yeah, we seriously thought it is. And then we finally see the alien thing
In the distance.
coming over with the, in the distance coming over, and it sprays this, like, green mist that acids everything.
Like, you don't
And
even know.
messes everything up.
You don't acknowledge that it's alien technology straight away either. It's just, it looks like just a flying machine in the distance,
Yeah.
but then you just notice that's not really
Yeah, like
how
that. That's not what a helicopter looks
Yeah.
like. Yeah, it really takes you by surprise. Like, the way it's set up is subtle, but you'll definitely catch it on the second time round.
Yeah.
Or, having seen our review, or not seen our review, then you will already know that and will be picking up on the little cues as you go along.
Yeah. And I think that's about that. We've spoiled it to hell.
Yeah, we've talked
We've pretty
in
much talked
depth
a lot
about
about
the spoilers. Oh no, we've left some scenes.
Yeah, we've
scenes in
left
there.
it, so you're all good. There's stuff to see still.
Oh yeah, there's plenty to see. If nothing else, the visuals in this are gorgeous. But I like to think we've got the big sticking point out of the way here.
Yeah.
Also, we've talked about the little bits that we particularly liked.
And super spoilers.
And
For the
super
first
spoilers. Uber spoilers.
Whew. We do need hats for that.
We need special hats for that. I'm making sure we get special hats for that next time. Cool. Also, coming up soon, Zootopia / Zootropolis / whatever it's called in your place. It changes its name a lot.
Yeah.
Either way, it's that animated Disney movie with the, like, talking animals.
Yeah, and then like the little bunny and the fox.
Yes.
That'll be happening next.
Yeah. That's pretty good, so stay tuned.
2D
Until then, 2D out.